This is the Animal Adventure Park, which is located in Harpersville, New York. Of course, famous because of April, the giraffe, and the birthing that occurred. Well, now famous for these two gators. Of all places in upstate New York, in the water, in a river, two gators now have been found. And Jordan is on the line now. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
What do you have any idea on the origin of these gators, how they found themselves in a river in upstate New York?
Of course, there are a lot of theories and rumors, but quite frankly, it's likely somebody acquired them as exotic pets, and upon reaching sizes that were no longer easy to keep, and of course now developing an attitude, they were released. So irresponsibly released into the wild, which would have certainly led to their death come winter.
Well, I got to tell you, that's putting them in the river is not very smart. Do we know if there's a chance that there might be more than two?
Oh, geez. After the DEC caught the first one, and everyone was pretty certain there wasn't a second, and then, of course, now a second has shown up, I don't dare to comment that there's not a third or fourth.
Yeah.
However, observations and private parties that went and looked for the gators, there's been visual of two, and the fact that there's been no sightings since, I'd like to think there's only two. We'll see.
Is there a law against keeping an alligator?
Well, yeah, in New York State, it is illegal to keep any crocodilian as a pet. So that's alligators, crocodiles, caimans, and so forth. But just across the border here in Pennsylvania, you can acquire them as pets. So, just like fireworks, people cross the border, they acquire them when they're cute, small hatchlings, bring them home, and then, of course, they grow up.
All right.
So is it possible that somebody from Pennsylvania could have dropped them in New York, and that's where they came from?
Sure.
Well, it wouldn't make sense, only because if you're in Pennsylvania, certainly there is a market to go ahead and place the animal somewhere else of value. It's somebody that's in New York under these regulations that now has got themselves back in a corner, and they don't know what to do or who to turn to without getting in trouble.
Well, that makes sense. So, you can't put it up on eBay, right?
No, you certainly cannot, and Craigslist is frowned upon. So
yeah. All right. So you're basically creating this celebrity adventure park. You have the giraffes, which have all the celebrity throughout the world, and now you have these two new celebrities that are on display.
We certainly have a cast of characters at the park, some new, some old, and all unique in their own way, I guess you could say.
And what do you feed these new alligators?
Fingers, as of right now.
Okay.
No,
giraffes.
Yeah. Right. No way. So, more or less, these guys, being the size that they are, about 36 inches and 45 inches. Right now, they're on a diet of pre-killed mice and rats. Sometimes they get chunked beef or chicken as well, but it's really smaller items. Because at this size in the wild, that is exactly what they'd be eating: small rodents, fish, things like that.
And I got to tell you, a lot of credit given to the people that actually captured these two alligators. It's not something we're used to doing up here.
Well, it's certainly not. So uniquely enough, when they're called upon to do this, it takes some ingenuity and adaptability to do that. And, of course, some cojones to jump in the water with an alligator. Now, mind you, being an animal individual, we know that a 3 or 4 foot alligator really can't cause much damage, but we work with them every day.
Yeah.
However, when asking a DEC officer to jump in the water and grab a net, you got to give them a hand. They did a great job.
Yeah.
So just really quickly, a little bit of your background, how you got into this. I know you're a Lemoyne grad. I myself am a Lemoyne grad. Is that correct?
Yes, go Dolphins.
That's right. Are you from the Syracuse area? Were you born in Harpersville? How did you come about to own the park?
Well, actually, I'm from the Binghamton area in a small town of Conklin, just south of Binghamton. And in a nutshell, I started out to be honest, with reptiles. I started keeping and breeding them as a child, started to supply pet stores and people around the country with them, and it kind of blossomed into an eventual pet store, and then blossomed into Animal Adventure Park.
All right. Well, listen, you're getting great reviews, your place, and, of course, incredible notoriety. So where else will these gators go but your place, the Animal Adventure Park? So,
yeah,
all right.
We're certainly happy to help out and honored that they selected us.
Thanks for coming on again, Jordan. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
Jordan Patch. If you've not been to this place, it's quite impressive. And, by the way, the home of the I imagine their numbers have got to be huge since the giraffe. Pretty big.